So you want to deal big PP damage with your characters? Don't worry, I've got you covered. If you're a gamer, you know that dealing more damage is always a good thing. It can help you defeat bosses faster, clear abyss, and progress through the game with ease. Tip number 1. Upgrade your weapon. One of the easiest ways to deal more damage is to upgrade your weapon. Upgrading your weapon can give you more attack power, crit rate or crit damage depending on your weapon, and additional buffs that can help you deal more damage. But that's not all. Weapons have a very important thing that some of you miss, that is base attack. Base attack is essentially your main source of damage from a weapon, so be sure to max them if you can. Tip number 2. Use the right artifacts. This is where a lot of people make mistake. Artifacts can be a little complicated, but I will try to make it less complicated for you. Almost every character need these 3 basic artifacts. First is flower for more health, second is feather for more attack, and the third is circlet, which can be crit damage or crit rate. The fourth one is the hourglass, or what we usually call sands. The stat you should use on the sands depends on what the character you're putting it on needs. For example, if your character has less attack, then use an attack sands. If the character does a lot of elemental reactions, you might want to use an M sands. There are some characters who need a lot of energy recharge and maybe someone who needs defense. To sum it up, use what you need. Now the goblet, this is the easiest one of them all. Just use the element of the character as the goblet. There are also some exceptions like Kazuya who need a lot of elemental mastery, or supports like Dione who don't have to deal damage to bring value to your team. Tip number 3. Upgrade your talents. Talents are character-specific abilities that can be upgraded to deal more damage, but there's no need to upgrade them all. Just upgrade what you use. For example, a character like Bennett, whose main value shines in his burst, so that's what you should level up. On the other hand, there are characters like Ayaka, who's a main DPS and will use her normal attack and burst more often, so you should probably level all her talents to maximize her damage. Tip number 4. Elemental reactions. Triggering an elemental reaction is a sure way to increase your damage by a lot, but it can get complicated. I don't think I can explain it all in this video, but I can explain just enough with an example. Let's take Bennett. He normally does 11,032 damage with his burst. Now what if your enemy is wet? He vaporizes and does 12,521 damage. The same goes for other element. Try to experiment with other elements to know what works the best for you. Currently the strongest reaction in my opinion is Hyper Bloom, which is triggered by Dendro, Hydro and Electro. Tip number 5. The Holy Trinity of supports. There are many supports in Genshin which help increase the damage of your main DPS, but these 3 outshine all of them. The first one is Bennett. He provides massive attack boost with his burst and is usable in almost every team you would ever use. Second is Mona. She herself is a great support with her burst, but to top it off she can make use of a certain weapon called Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayer, which increases your attack by 48% at Refinement 5. And lastly, the third support is Sucrose. Her kit is great for grouping small enemies and triggering elemental reactions. But that's not all. She can also provide elemental mastery to your main DPS, which in short leads to you dealing more damage by elemental reactions. And if you have the Viridescent Venerer artifact set, you can increase as a swirl damage by 60%, decreases opponents' elemental resistance to the element infused in the swirl by 40% for 10 seconds. In conclusion, there are many ways to do more damage with your character in Genshin. Upgrading your gear, exploiting elemental weaknesses, using buffs and debuffs, upgrading your skills and leveling up, you can significantly increase your damage output, and make the game more enjoyable. I think that is it for now. If you enjoyed my video, please be sure to drop a like, and if you want to see more of Genshin related videos and build guides, be sure to subscribe.